Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Desperate Measures. So, before we get too deep into this parade back from latrine to Stout End, we need to ask ourselves a few questions here. There are villages between latrine and Stout End. If you were just to do a direct line, you would probably run across a couple of villages. Is that
We avoid
cool?
the fuck out of them.
All right, you're gonna
We'll
take
just
some
avoid them.
walk around the villages. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Also, in your caravan,
Mhm.
they're not just young, healthy folk like you. There are the old and the sick.
Well, that's why we had the wagons for 3 days.
Yeah, well, you have your 3 days, and when everyone is being hauled out of the wagons, and you give them an hour to figure this stuff out. Let me roll this die here. A middle-aged man comes running up to the group of the four of you and explains that he's bringing his grandfather with him, but Grandpa Joe is not in the best of health. He's got a nasty chest cold, and he's been laying down in the back of this wagon, and if there ain't no wagon for Grandpa Joe, how's he gonna make it? He's not well enough to walk.
It's fine. I command everybody to gather their sick. I gather the people who can't walk for a day's time. We're probably about a day away right now.
Well, this is after 3 days of leaving, so you're about 3 days out from Stout End, maybe 2 if you can go faster now without the wagons.
Oh, I thought you said it was a 5-day trip, and we're 3 days, and then you said we're 1 day left.
Oh, it's yeah, okay. So if it's a
So I thought
it was
we would
a
be
5
1 day.
Yeah. So you're about 1 day out then, I suppose.
So
yeah.
I get everybody and I say I need everybody who can't walk 1 day, and I need to count how many people there are.
You gather the sick and the people who are not in great condition to move on their own.
Yeah.
There appear to be 10 people in bad shape.
Okay.
And then maybe another 8 that are in questionable shape.
All right, what we're gonna do is,
Hey, Ebner, maybe we can just keep one wagon and just...
yeah, that's what I was about to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep one wagon, and if you guys fall behind, you'll just meet us at Stout End, and then we'll load you onto the ships then. But it shouldn't be an issue. We should be able to keep you pacing up with us. It should be fine. It's fine.
I feel like one wagon is easier to move over this difficult terrain than however many the fuck they did.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Show fine, everybody.
So you put all the old folks in one wagon, the old and the sick.
We light it on fire.
Yeah, yes. Wrong campaign, Connor.
Oh, we're supposed to get that dark? Oh, okay.
Valerio just leaves at that point. He's like, I'm out of here.
We smile at them.
Goes to get more fuel, toss it back in.
So I think I'm gonna lure you here, Neal. I think one wagon with the sick would be 100% fine. Worst case scenario, if it slows us down a little bit, like say, okay, the reason it slows us down is because it's hard to get up a hill, right? Okay, we can have people pushing. We can also maneuver in certain ways. If it gets stuck on a rock, we have everybody lift it, move it. It might slow us down by like a few hours, but it's fine.
Well, if it gets stuck on a rock, first you have to unload it from all of the old and the sick to then lift it and move it. Otherwise, you got the weight of 18 people in it.
I'd assume
Yeah,
that they're old and sick. They're pretty skinny.
But then,
Still,
again, Neal,
18
we also
bodies?
have about, like,
Oh.
probably 70 people that can lift it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't get 70 hands on it all at once. You can at most get
Sure.
the perimeter
30?
of it. Yeah, so it's going to be a difficult thing to move a wagon laden with old folks. It will definitely slow down the column. Absolutely.
It's all right.
And the
It's
other
fine.
question I have for you guys, and we'll come back to the old folks in a minute, is that, what do we say, 230 people? If you're all marching single file, that's about a half-mile long column, if you think about 10 feet between people on average.
Yeah.
If you were to double file it, you would have maybe a quarter-mile column. So what are you doing about keeping everyone together when the column stretches out so far?
That's what we've got the guy on the horse for.
Yeah, I'm running up and down the columns, making sure people aren't
he-
getting stuck and
He's had
such
4
like
mount
that.
spells this whole time and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Every day I'll be burning one, so today I'll have one left after I use mine in the morning. And I'll be replacing with magic missiles as we go along.
Okay.
And then presumably I'm at the front, and then some people, I don't know where Jeb is at or where.
I'm probably in the front because I know the way.
Sure. Oh, okay. Sure. Yep.
This is my element. My
And what about-
expertise.
What about the 6 guards that came with you?
Oh
They're
yeah.
coming with us. They're armed.
Right, but so you've got this column, this long column. You've got chives running around, making sure nothing's going on too crazy like.
I assume
I
we'll
think you
have...
split them 2 at the front, 2 in the middle, 2 at the back.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
And
say.
then the
2 front,
party
2
will
middle.
split 1-1-1 with chives running around. So we're gonna like spread out all of the armed forces across everything.
Yeah, because if anything, like the worst case scenario is one flank gets attacked, and then we have to like, we just move the army over there. You know?
Regroup.
Yeah.
But yeah, there should probably, I would assume, the idea is we have somebody able to respond quickly to whether something happens in the middle or in the back or in the front, or if someone's trying to run away and you got chives running around and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, sure. Valerio, I would like you to roll me a 1d20 for how well things go with the wagon of old people.
Do you
High
say
is
you want
good,
low or high?
low is bad. High is good, low is
20.
bad. That's pretty good.
Beautiful.
A 17 out of 20. That wagon goes pretty well. A flat 20 would be perfect, no problems. With a 17, it'll slow everyone down, so you'll end up like camping on the south side of Smoothson Creek, outside of Stout End. So you'll make it by the end of this day, in theory, just to the other side of the creek, and then it'll be a little bit of day crossing the creek and getting to Stout End in the morning.
Yep.
Cool.
So then when we
plan.
camp there at night, we got to discuss tactics of how to enter the town, 'cause we can't have 230 people enter the town all at once. We
I
gotta
think
spread-
I think we actually said that. Yeah, we actually do have 230 people enter the town and just walk through.
We live
Otherwise,
We're not quite at camp.
yeah, that's true.
We'll deal with the camp things a little bit later. Chives, my friend, you are the scout. You give me a perception check, scout.
24.
Good.
It's pretty good. So as you're cruising around, keeping the column intact, keeping an eye on things on your magical mounts, you notice something in the woods, a little bit away from you, a little bit back southeast, the direction whence you came. You see a group of horsemen, or that should be to say, you see 4 horses with double riders on them. The people in the front have bows and leather armor. The people in the back are obscured by those in front. But there are 8 people on 4 horses that are moving at a quick clip in your direction.
Can we figure out how many my healing spells would have went off in like the 4 days now?
Oh, right. Your healing spells. There
I had
are sick
3
and
cure-
wounded amongst the people. Are you prioritizing the innocent humans, or are you prioritizing party members?
Prioritizing the party.
Okay,
First
then
and foremost.
Row down your heals for the last few days.
Okay. Cure light wounds is 1d8, so I should have 9 cure light wounds. So I'm gonna roll. Can I just roll like 90, 10, 98,
Mm-hmm.
and then do it that way? Okay, so there's 38 worth of HP being tossed there. I'd heal myself up first. I was at 27 and my full HP is 32. So 27 minus 32. So I healed 5. So 5 is gone from the 38. So we're at 33. What are your guys'
Well, it's not going to
HPs?
be 5 from the 38. It'll be like, you'll take the 4, and then you'll either be down 1, or you use another healing spell on yourself.
I
I'd say
will
take
take
the
the 4 and then the 5.
Okay, so you'll take the 4 and the 5.
Yep.
Is anyone else down?
I'm down 2.
So the
Hey,
4
you'll take
goes
the
to
next
you.
4.
Yep.
Leo?
Anyone else down?
Not that I'm
I
seeing.
don't
No.
think so.
Okay, then the
I
rest
don't think I took much damage.
All right, the rest will be
Nobody
distributed
else.
amongst the peasants.
distribute amongst the peasants.
Yeah.
All right, Chives. It's your turn. You see 4 horses,
Riders
each
coming.
with double mounts, or double
So
riders.
I assume this is as I'm headed towards the back of the column is when I see them behind us. So who's the furthest back in our column? I guess.
It's going to be 2 of the guardsmen that you fought and defeated, and then patched up and
One of
healed
us,
with the rest of these
right?
HP.
Oh yeah, which one of my party members? That's the only one I need to know.
It's not Jeb. It's
not
either
Jeb
me
at
or
the
Valero.
front.
We can just roll a 1d2.
Yeah.
Ebner and Valero, give me d20s. Highest person is in the back.
Easy. Roll better than
Oh, wait.
5. Yeah.
D20.
Did I?
I'm not seeing
it.
the dice rolls.
Oh,
Roll 20 has been
Oh, there they go.
laggy
You're in
as
the
of
back.
late. All right, Tom.
Okay, cool.
You're in the back.
All right.
Chives.
Valerio, people are riding up. Get the others, and I'm gonna push back towards those other riders a little bit, and
Yep.
see if I can see if they're gonna start shooting at me before they get here or not.
Well,
Okay.
Valerio, the column is a quarter mile long if you're doing double file here, and Jeb is in the very front, and Ebner is somewhere in the goddamn middle. What are you gonna do?
Couldn't he just telephone?
What if I sent one of the guards to run to the front, as a messenger, to let Jeb know?
Sure.
and
It'll
I
be the
can stay
equivalent of
guarding the back.
running him a mile because the whole column is still moving forward. So if he runs, he'll be at like half speed of moving it. So he'll have to basically like run a mile to get to the front,
Right.
and then run
And then
a
he'll have to
quarter
run
mile.
all the way back.
No, half
No,
the
sorry.
way back as well.
Right. So the column is a quarter mile long, so you'll have to run half a mile up and then an eighth of a mile back, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
So running a half mile will take
6, 7, or anywhere from
armor
5 to, or 4 to
Yeah.
7 minutes.
yeah, we'll call it 6 rounds for the guard to run to the front of the column, if that's what you want to
6
do.
rounds.
Should have passed the word along.
Oh, boy, yeah. Yeah. I'll run. I'll run myself. Yeah.
But can I lure you? I feel like we would be probably on a horseback. Obviously,
No.
I'm not.
that's fine. I would have been.
No.
Sorry.
You didn't call it. You've
Says
given
Chives
everyone their
was-
own animals. Chives has been using the mount spell to travel you guys for a while. You wanted to be on horseback. That's the sort of shit you got to prep in advance. We're not producing magical horses as needed.
Hopefully, other people
Chives
who
is.
brought horses to pull
That's right. Chives is
carriages,
using a magical horse.
didn't just leave them.
No, but they're riding their horses or using
That's
the
good.
horses to haul their own supplies. Yeah.
How much are they bringing?
Whatever their horse can carry, man.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
We've
All right,
seen
well,
what
I
people are
will-
like in a panic.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell the
I
guards
gotta
to hold the
bring
line,
goddamn
and I will deliver the message
36
myself.
toilet paper.
I'll run to the. I'll run to earshot, wherever, however far that is, to get within earshot, to yell to the front of the line that there's incoming horsemen.
Okay, so you're gonna run up the line and then shout loudly
Yeah.
so they can hear you.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll shout in a very stern way, and being aware that other people can hear me. I'm not gonna like look like I'm fucking panicked or anything like that. I have a mind to make sure.
Ebner would be on one of the sides, correct?
okay.
So he would
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
me before he hits Jeb.
Probably,
about
yeah.
halfway.
Oh yeah,
so-
we could relay it. Yeah,
Well,
that would be the way to do it, right?
maybe. Yeah.
So
relay it to
meanwhile, Chives,
Something like that.
Valerio starts running up to the front of the column.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
So I push out towards those horsemen as they're coming in to see if they start shooting at me, trying to give me some distance from me and the column. So if I needed to run the horse around and maneuver, I could buy some time that way.
This one. Now let me look at my DM screen over here. Their reaction to you is cautious. You ride back to kind of get a look at them. The foremost horseman sort of slows, but stays facing you, and then the ones coming up from behind begin to like fan out a little bit. And then, yeah, you can see that there are 8 riders total. Give me a perception check, and I'll give you what details I can about them. Fucking 8 riders. The front 4 have bows. That's all you can tell.
Let's see. Do they look like they're the ones who are going around? Do they look like they're just going to pass and keep going?
Yeah, it looks like one of them has stopped at maybe I don't know, 150 feet or so from you. You're like in the woods, so there's lots of trees in the way and a little bit of undergrowth, not a ton. And the other riders seem to be fanning out and sort of Are they going to the sides? Are they going to surround you? Are they going to ride past you? It's hard to tell their motives, but they are moving in a broad pattern.
As that front one comes to a stop, or whatever he's doing, I'm going to yell in Halfling, "Greetings, friend." See what he does.
You just can hear the snorting of the horse in the distance, the sweat clouds coming out of its nostrils.
I'll keep an eye on the ones that are behind me. Are they just circling, or are they going past?
One that has gone to your left, their right, has come up to sort of like a flanking position, maybe 100 feet from you on your left side. The other two that went to your right, their left, seem to be going past you.
Well, do they approach?
Not yet. Seems like the riders are resting their horse or gauging the situation, maybe talking to one another. The distance is too great for you to hear anything.
Well, I'll slowly start walking towards them with the horse.
You plod in their direction, trot in their direction. Walk?
Walk.
Walk. Okay. You... As you close the distance to about... Sticky thingy came off. As you close the distance to just under 100 feet or so, the archer will sit up on his horse and begin to notch his bow.
All right. Does he draw, or does he just notch?
The notch turns into a draw.
I turn the horse around and we double speed it out of
Alright,
there.
let's roll initiative as he has his shit together-ish. It's just going to be Chives versus our horsies.
+3 or 10, or what do we...
It's going to be 3.
Okay. Get to combat. So... Wait, it's D10 +3?
Yes, sir.
It's been so long, Neal.
Too long. Actually, these should each go
Light
up.
infantry.
Oh, no, it's fine.
So 8.
And you got yourself an 8 there.
Mm-hmm.
Chives is an 8. Excellent. All right, the first bowman takes a shot at you. He will roll a 13 to hit.
No, sir.
Okay, and remind me
AC
again.
20.
Yeah, but throw it all for me together again, because it gets a little complicated for my simple human mind.
All right, so we get 4 from Dex,
Okay,
and then we get 4 for my armor spell,
okay,
and then I get 2 for fighting style.
okay. So the armor spell is same no matter what the situation is. That's magical armor. Your
Yes.
dexterity is great as long as you are maneuverable, which your maneuverability on a horse is going to be a little bit less than you would be on foot.
I have the riding proficiency as well.
You have a horseback riding proficiency as well. All right, so
I sure
we will
do.
lessen that penalty for surezies. And then the other 2 are for style, which
Yes.
is one weapon in
One-handed.
a hand and no weapons in your offhand.
Correct.
Okay, so in order to get that bonus of AC 2 from that, you will need to have a weapon drawn. So
Okay.
do you draw a weapon as you turn and ride away? I'll give you +2 AC. Also, it has to be
what do
coming
I-
from the front. Like a back attack wouldn't take into account that AC.
Correct. So no, I don't, because I'm riding away. It's coming in the back. I'm not
so
going to
back
deflect an
attack,
arrow.
right, wouldn't include the 2 from fighting style or the 4 from dex, because it would be shooting towards your back. That said, when
Kind
you're
of,
mounted, you're
but-
going to have some cover from the horse. The horse provides a certain amount of cover. I would
Right.
usually
I'd
say
say.
about 50% cover from the horse. Maybe if you're headed straight towards them, the horse can provide 75%.
Okay.
So 50% cover gives you a +4 to your AC. So you're
So
at
he's fine.
18, yeah.
Yeah.
So the first arrow will whistle over your shoulder as you ride away. The other guy who came to the flanking side will take a shot at you as well. This one will score a natural 20. Doesn't matter what anything is. That'll definitely hit. What you said your AC was 18?
Yeah.
50% from horse, 4 from the armor spell.
Mm-hmm.
So 18 versus 23 is actually going to be just exactly enough to catch you in your lower abdomen, right by your right underneath your rib, and you will take 6 whopping damage as this arrow plunges into your side, and you gallop away.
As I if I go at the end and it's still the same initiative speed, can I cast a magic missile as I ride off?
No, you can't cast magic missile while riding. You would need to be like stationary and still for that stuff.
Okay.
They will have to choose between making second shots as you gallop away or galloping after you. You're on a horse. What's your horse's movement speed?
I picked the faster one of the two. It's the light one, I want to say.
Okay. Do you know what the speed is on it?
24, I want to say.
All right, so
Give me 1 second, I can check though.
yes. So the archers will forgo second attacks to kick their horses up to a gallop and try and ride behind you, right after you.
Do they have penalties for trying to shoot while doubled? I feel like that would make it more difficult.
Ooh, that's a good question. I think if they are shooting forward, then it'll be problematic because you got to draw into the enemy. But if you're shooting sideways, maybe not. But the forward shot is a good point to make. Well done, Connar. Yeah, that'll definitely come into play. Yeah, so the guy that was shooting from your back, that one missed anyway. It was the guy on the side.
Yeah, the guy at the back missed the side, and I'll take off the last of my armor spell.
Yeah, the guy on the side actually would have dropped down to a 22 to hit instead of a 23, which no longer crits, so you only take 3 damage from that attack.
Ooh, and then my armor spell's still on then.
Yeah, there we go.
Got you, dude.
Big time.
Ooh, good lawyering, Connar.
Well done.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna sprint away.
You gallop back to the column as Valerio runs up the column, getting ready to shout. You see Ebner by this moment. What do you say to Ebner?
Ebner, there's appears to be horses in the woods. They have bows. I think there are 4 of them. There are 8 riders, though. They're going 2 per horse, right? Is that what's happening?
Ebner will immediately start doubling back, telling the guard with him to follow him. And Ebner is going to be looking out for a horseback rider. And as soon as he sees one, I'm ready to cast a spell.
Okay. And then, Valerio, you will continue all the way up to the front?
Sure, yeah. I'll keep going.
Okay.
I just realized the guards can't understand me anyway, so even if I sent a messenger, it'd be very awkward, yeah.
Yeah, it would take longer to send the messenger to tell the messenger what to do than to actually do it yourself.
Right.
On roll 20. You can handle it, buddy. Do it.
Struggling today.
Yeah, yesterday was a bad day too. Yesterday everything was worked.
Well, 20's got that computer aids.
Tough one.
A lot of people at home playing D&D these days.
Actually, I bet that's probably why.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Yeah.
Go to here. Just 1 second so I can give you something with which to work.
Doing maps on the fly? That's badass.
Oh.
That's it. A piece of something. To here. There we go. All right, party members. All right, here is our battle map.
Oh.
The party is going to be somewhere. Stop with your weird scrolling. Let's see where. Here we go. Bring you guys to here. Right now it is Chives on his own. It's the wrong tile over here. God damn it. It's supposed to be the tile that cuts 3-way. So Chives is at the very back. There we go. We will put Connar at the front. Way over here. Ebner is on his way back. And Valerio is on his way to the front. Okay. So, right now it's just going to be initiative between the Riders and Chives. Because there was a moment.
Want me there? It looks like I'm very far back.
Yeah, you're going to be farther away. I just wanted to get some sort of spacing here. Chives, you had gone to stop with them, and they stopped for a little while, so the column had marched for a minute before they opened fire on you. So let's get initiative between you and the column as you are riding back up. I'm sorry, between you and the enemy as they are.
Nice.
As you are riding away from them.
Oh, sorry, I didn't select my token. My bad.
It's okay. Buddy. Let's just do. We will roll your initiatives. And Chives rolled a 6 on initiative, I see. All right.
I did.
So the archers will hurry after you. They managed to keep pace with you. You're moving at 24. Maybe they're actually a little bit slower than you. I think they're going to be slightly slower than you because their horses are going to be lightly encumbered with the double rider going on here. So they just move to catch up. They don't bother to make any attacks, trying to keep pace with you. On your turn, you will catch up to the back of the column, and you can see Ebner huffing and puffing his way down the column as a couple of the people are looking at Ebner running and casting a glance back as you are galloping forward with an arrow sticking out of your side. The people see what's happening and begin to talk among themselves in loud voices and press their mounts on, trying to bypass other people and get away from whatever it is that Chives is running from.
Ebner, we got problems. Big
Ebner
problems.
reaches. You listening, Koibu? Ebner reaches for his darkness belt, okay? And grabs hold of the rock.
Okay. You unleash a sphere of darkness.
Wait, I didn't pull it out, right?
But to put your hand in, it must open the pouch, which will create darkness.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll pull it out then, and I will toss it towards where where Chives just got done running from. I'll toss it that way.
So you try and chuck it behind Chives.
Yeah. So the way I'm thinking is, I should pull it out, and then I should be able to as I'm chucking, I know where it's going. I'm in the motion. I shouldn't have to I'm in the fucking motion.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but sure.
He's already throwing it.
I'm already throwing it, so I know where it is, and I'm.
Yeah. I mean, you can close your eyes and throw something and still get it in generally the right spot. Yeah, that's not an issue. The only issue is, can you toss it far enough? Or do you boff it? Do you throw it poorly? Does it collide with a tree branch or something? Give me an attack roll with your rock.
Just a regular spear, is that fine? Or
Sure.
Okay. Not my magical spear, just a regular spear.
Right, just regular spear. You hurl the stone. Darkness appears, sails past Chives, through Chives. Chives, your horse gets spooked when all of a sudden blackness overcomes it. Oh, you have a magic horse. Does it not give a shit about that?
I don't think magic horse cares at all. I'll double check though.
Yeah, it's not really a real animal. How could it get spooked?
Magic realized magic, yeah.
I think it actually has something about its stuff in there. Let's see.
Mount spell. Why can I not find it? It's not Phantom Speed, right? It's Mount?
No, it's Mount. It's level 1.
Oh, that's why I'm looking in the level 2 areas. Mount.
Oh, never mind. It's the same. I'm wrong.
What do you mean it's the same?
It says the statistics of the animal gained are typical of all creatures of the same class. Is the only thing it mentions on it.
I feel like there's no way a magic horse that you create out of thin air gets spooked. But I mean...
Maybe not. Maybe. The caster conjures a normal animal to serve him as a mount. Okay, it's not actually a magical mount. You were bringing a real live horse from somewhere else to be here. So it's living and breathing. You are conjuring an existing animal. So some dude is like walking down the road on his horse when his horse like disappears from underneath him for a moment, and he looks around and like 8 hours later the horse reappears in the same spot or whatever. So your horse
completely exhausted.
Yeah, with arrows sticking out of it, bleeding. And for some reason, it's got like a fancy gem stuck in its blood. What the hell is going on with this horse? You have horseback riding, though, Chives, which is where it's going to come in useful here. Make me a horseback riding check to keep your mount in control.
The rider somewhere just falls flat on his ass out of nowhere.
That's pretty bad.
23.
23 is a success. Your horse begins to freak out, but you can keep it focused on the task ahead. It does not throw you, and it will barrel through the darkness without any problem. The sphere of darkness appears behind the party. I'm going to get us a little doodle here. Is it 20-foot radius? 60-foot radius?
60 feet.
Sweet Jesus and apple pie, my friend.
Thank you.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60. Freaking on me. I think this is 60 feet across. Perfect. Excellent. All right. So we create a sphere of darkness just past Chives on the path that you guys have been coming down. And that will cause problems for the other riders. Okay.
Do I have time to do an action here or no?
That is your action, right?
Okay. Yep. I just wanted to make sure no more time.
Okay. The two, those riders are now lost from sight. Actually, the one following you is lost from sight. The other one that was on the side will keep coming up along the side of this. Meanwhile, our paladin, who is running, trying to make... It's going to take you 6 rounds. It took you 3 to get there. One more round of running is this round. You are 2 rounds away from the front of the column. But the column is moving. It's actually not that great of a distance. You're just not able to move as quickly. So give me a charisma check to bellow your voice loud enough for our ranger to hear. You're going to need like a 26 on it to make it, because of the distance. But you do it. Jebediah, you hear a voice from behind you saying...
Riders, Jeb, there's riders in the back. Yeah.
I'll probably like turn around, see the sphere of darkness back there, and realize that this is more than just like, what, riders? And I'll like shoulder off my bag, hand it to whoever the fuck is there. Hold this, I need to go. And grab my bow and just start booking it down the line.
All right, you are running to the back end of the column. You will be running in the same side that Valerio is.
I'll tell them, keep the line moving forward.
Got it. All right, so you're going to run back to the back of the column. It's going to be it's about a quarter mile. So if you want to sprint, you can do it in 2 minutes. But I'm going to need a strength check from you. And same thing for Lario. Give me a strength check.
Strength check.
Nope.
Ooh, you both roll 19s. Okay.
Owie.
So it'll take Jeb 3-ish rounds to get to the back. It'll take Lario 2-ish rounds to get to the back, because neither of you will be able to sprint at full capacity.
That's
so
like
let's
a
do
jog.
let's do 2 rounds on this backside. So Chives, Ebner, and the mounts, give me initiative rolls.
Can you point out to me on the map where the other rider is, if I can see him?
Probably can't see him then. Yeah.
Because I'm colorblind, Neal.
I get it.
Right.
But that doesn't matter because we're not
so.
using reds and greens. Everything is the same color.
Every color is fucked up for me. But, okay. Then...
But everything is in the green palette, right? Does that work for you?
It's all right.
What I'm trying to say is that they blend in for everybody.
I get
Everybody's fucked here, hopefully, by design.
Hopefully.
Desirably.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all right. Just gotta think now.
Yeah, gotta use that dim dare brain.
Oh, I screwed up
Okay,
again.
I should be able to grab 2 items, correct? Just as a free action?
Oh, yeah.
Like at my belt?
Yeah, I don't know, generally speaking, unless you're doing weird shit with them.
I will just grab my another darkness stone and a light stone at this time. Both, like, I'll grab the light stone first and the darkness stone, I guess.
Okay.
And then they're just chilling. Okay. And then I'm
Okay.
gonna ready an action to toss one.
Okay. Can I get an initiative roll from you?
Oh yeah, what +3?
Yeah, if you're just gonna throw rocks, +3 is fine.
Rolling 11.
11 for you, 4 for the enemy, 11 for the players. Okay, so our first rider will circle around the darkness. See the 2 of you there, I should say the first rider, the first horse with 2 riders on it will circle around, and the front guy, the archer, will rear the horse, coming to a stop at the edge of this like little cliff that we see here, while the spellcaster on back takes the paws of the horse as it comes back down to chant the words to a web spell, producing a thick webby mass. I think it is 8 10 by 10 cubes, and will web this area. Let me get my webs.
I get to save.
Everyone gets a save, yeah. At -2.
Save against new spell or old spell?
New spell. Old spell, I'm sorry, old spell.
So this is going to be at a -2.
Yep.
Okay,
You win.
that's fine.
This is at -2, I guess.
Yep.
That's not a good one.
That's a fail.
Get 8 10 by 10 cubes. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to attach them to that thing, 8 to attach them to this thing, and we'll sort of
Yeah, it's not good.
web like this. So it sort of like attaches from this tree to this rock. Tries to get to this tree but can't quite, but like gets to the high ground over here, and like to this tree and this high ground over there. These webs in the middle will probably sag to the ground, but the area where the 2 of you are next to these cliffy thingies will be pretty well webbed. Chives, you roll a natural 20. Doesn't matter what it was, you're gonna be fine. You managed to
Nice.
actually dodge out of the way on your horse. You like pulled just through here and careen your horse up this hill in time to get out of the way. Ebner, meanwhile, is caught within the webs itself. Ebner, what is your strength score? Because that dictates what you can do in a web.
I believe it's 14.
Okay. Do creatures with strengths between 13 and 17 can break through 1 foot of web per round?
So my arm should be free, right, or no?
No, you are covered head to toe in webbiness.
Okay.
Anyone in the area when the spell cast, saving throw is successful, blah, 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 blah. Creatures between that fail. Furthermore, the strands of a web spell, blah, blah, blah. That's not what we're looking for.
Can you cast spell in a web or no?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. You have a -2 penalty to AC because you can't really move very well. And I think your hands are probably going to be screwed. If you have anything that's verbal only components, you're fine. Anything with a material component, you definitely can't do. If you want to do something with a somatic component, we'll allow like a strength check to see if you can move easily enough with just your hands.
So, for example, if it's not going to be this round, but say next round I wanted to cast light, I don't see any. It doesn't need anything. It says.
It should have like a V, an S, or an M next to it. On
It
the
has an
top
S
right
and a
corner.
V.
S and V. So S is somatic and V is verbal. So
Verbal.
you would need to make a strength spell to be able to cast
Okay.
light. Otherwise, it'll fizzle when you cast it.
Got it.
Yeah.
What's the
Excellent.
DC on that?
21.
Got it.
Let me double check I'm not missing something here. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So that is the first horseman and the first rider do that. The second horseman and second rider will pop on over here. The rider will hop off and come to this spot between these rocks. Maybe you see him, maybe you don't. While the mounted archer will take a shot at Chives. I can get myself a mounted archer. We'll just use a non-mounted archer to represent that one. And the short bow shot will come at Chives with a 16 plus 3 is 19. And I think that will hit.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it's 18, right? That's what we said.
Right, because you're on the horseback.
Yes.
It will poke you for 4 points of damage in your back.
Eek. All right.
Eek, indeed. But then it becomes Chives' turn.
So Chives will wheel the horse around after he dodged out of the way of this web spell and pull his chanter out from around his neck and start playing a little tune. And as he plays the tune, 3 orbs appear around the end of the chanter and shoot out against the guy who casts the web spell, aka magic missile.
Now, you have been hit with a spell in the round that you want to cast a spell. Typically, that
Correct.
interrupts and cancels things, which gets messy because we don't always declare our actions ahead of time. So why don't you give me a con check to see if you were able to maintain concentration on your spell after being hit by an arrow. 29 will be more than enough, yes. The arrow doesn't interrupt your concentration. You throw a magic missile spell against the mage.
Correct.
Okay.
And that should be 3d4 at level 5, right?
Yeah. 3d4 plus 3.
So for 9 points of damage.
Ooh-wee. Okay, our mage is wounded but alive.
And he's over here, correct?
Over near the big ball of darkness. Yeah, that one. That's
cool.
the one.
Cool.
Big ball.
Let's make sure I was tracking the right one.
Ebner is going to attempt to, I guess, like free his hands for the next round. Is that something that's possible? I have a feat of movement, so instead of like moving, would it be possible for Ebner to free his own hands?
To free your hands instead of moving. No, because you're like imagine being covered with marshmallow, right? Like if you try and get your hand free, you're just getting your other hand more stuck. Yeah.
He'll just move then. He will use, I guess, you said 1 feet per round?
1 foot of movement. Yep, it'll take you 5 rounds to break out of this web. Web is a powerful 2nd level spell.
True.
I'm gonna come down over here. This one and this one. And then you guys will be on this side. Perfect. All right, next round of initiative. Valerio and Jebub are still running to the back of the column. Let's get initiatives from our players. Ebner rolls 9.
Same thing as
Not
last
us yet.
time.
Going to do a I need like a little mage token for this as well. You can be our mage. So you will roll at +1. You will roll at +4. You will roll at 4. You will roll at 3. Excellent. Chives, you're the first one to go.
All right, he, with his chanter still out, seeing the mage is still up, he blasts him again.
Up, but now that the mage has cast the web spell is fully cast, the mage is fully like cowering behind the archer in front of him.
So if I have 24 movement, I should be able to easily go around my big globe of darkness here to break vision, and then slip back around on the backside and hit him.
Ooh, so you want to ride around to the backside.
Mm-hmm. If he's hiding behind and I can't see him, I'll ride around and then stop the horse and magic missile him.
Yeah, you'll get 250 40 feet, and I think you'll be able to do this without him noticing. I'm going to give the rider and mage a perception check to see if they or maybe like a wisdom check to see if they understand what's going on here. It doesn't look like they do. You circle around the orb of darkness. They lose sight of you for a moment. You pop back up on the backside.
You cast magic missile for another 9 points of damage at him.
The mage will topple off of the horse and land dead on the ground.
Fuck mages.
Okay. Ebner.
I move.
All right. 2 rounds out, 3 to go. The horseback archer who just dropped the mage will come this way on his horse and take a shot at you from the side of his horse with a 16 to hit.
No. Well, okay. So I've stopped the horse from moving because I'm not allowed to do it. I no longer have my armor spell, that's gone. But if I'm standing still, can I like use like a horseback riding proficiency to duck on the other side of the horse to get my full dex?
Yeah, make me a horseback riding proficiency check to get your dexterity bonus to your AC.
Okay.
That sounds like I like that. That's a good solution. Well thought out.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit. Yeah, you get your +4 to AC from that.
So then it still hits, but it doesn't crit.
Okay. So it will hit you for... Where's my 1d6? For 6 points of damage. Maximum damage on the bow. You lean over to the horse and it, like, catches you on... What is an exposed part when you do that? Like, you move this way and it hits you right under the armpit. Piercing something there. And I think you just slide off of your horse onto the ground. Your horse,
Nice and unconscious-like.
But you're at exactly 0.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not bleeding to death, but he's got one of you down. Meanwhile, this lightly armed warrior, Ebner, you will see come to the top of this hill. He has a javelin in one hand and a short sword at his side, a small shield on his arm, and like leather armor. He raises his spear and says in mystery to you, "Don't move an inch, or I'll gouge out your eyes."
Well, I'm in a web. Can't really move anyways.
Then stop struggling.
I mean, I will stop struggling for that. I already did it, so I already moved.
Right, yeah.
Wait, do I see any markings of him? Any
trappings?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
Let's see. Give me a charisma check to see if anything on him is recognizable.
The suspense for the click of the die.
Yeah, with the 23, you can see that he has no noticeable markings on him. These guys are either bandits or people that can't afford to have markings for their clothes, or some sort of like scouty outriders that are trying to be unidentified. It's a little odd for such an armed group to be here without any markings of belonging to a group.
And 2E web spell doesn't go down if the caster goes down, yeah?
I don't think so, no. The web was conjured into existence. It's not like a continual evocation of something. It just now is. So you're stopping. The next rider will pull up alongside the caravan. Valerio and JacobH, are you headed down? Which side? We have to decide which side of the wagon train you're on. Are you on the north side or the south side?
Considering where my dude is placed on the map, I'd say the south side.
Okay, Valerio, you on north or south?
Yeah. Which side is Mr. Mooten and Chives? Which way would they?
Chives would have been on the far back. I don't know which side Mooten was on.
It's hard for me to visualize, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. I guess I'll just pick the north side then.
Okay, you're on the north side. Perfect. Yeah. All we needed. So this mounted archer with a passenger in tow will come riding up the column, see a couple of guards, see JacobH with his bow, and do like a kind of run up to the side of the column rear his horse and call out, "Everybody here, stop! Come to a full and complete stop," as one of the side-armed, lightly armored soldiers hops off the back of his horse. About here.
Oh, if he came to me, can I just take a shot at one of them?
Yes, we'll roll you into initiative next round. Because I think you spent this round running, right?
Sure.
Okay, and then these guys will... Ooh, how do they cross the valley? Oh, cool, there's a little cross of the valley, luckily for them. No, not that way, not that far, buddies. These guys will be coming through the ravine. That's fine. Perfect. All right, it is initiative time.
Okay, we're all rolling this time, right? Or
yeah, everybody's rolling except for
gotcha.
Chives.
Okay.
Fortunately.
Perfect initiative.
Fuck. Oops, did I have my token selected? Sorry. Mine should be 14.
Scrap you, and you don't get to go. Alright, so our first rider pair will come on down from the north side, and you will see them pop out of basically nowhere, because they were like below in this old river valley. They'll pop out of the middle of nowhere. The rider on this side, the north side, will say the exact same thing. "Everybody here, stop moving! Stop! And will have a bow notched and drawn facing at the paladin, who's clearly the most armored person on the north side. The south side rider will notch an arrow, level it at Jebediah.
I mean, I'm kind of behind the cliff there. Does he see me?
That's true. Let me give him a perception check. Yeah, with that check, he spots you. Maybe he saw you like running down and like popped behind that sort of cliffside. But he draws an arrow, and I think the two of you are making eye contact, and he levels it in your path. And then it becomes JacobH's turn.
My turn?
Yeah.
Then in Aridonian, I'll just go, "Valerio, fuck him." And I'll step out and launch an attack at the guy, whoever's shooting or pointing the arrow at me.
Right, so it's the guy on the horse is aiming at you. You go to draw an arrow. He goes to shoot you with his ready to attack. He rolls an 18.
I roll a 28, so fuck him. And also, so AC 17, not including whatever the magic is on top for the cloak of protection that I've got.
Ooh. Did we not say what level protection that cloak was? This was the cloak you pulled from the necromancer, right?
The necromancer.
Okay, hold on. Let me open my document. Scrivener takes a little while to open, but the notes are in there for surezies. I promise you.
Fine.
Said he rolled
but
18?
You roll a 28. Why don't you...
Yeah.
Let's see.
Kill him.
The rider has...
I clear by 10. I doubt
armor,
he has.
plus half cover for horse. It makes him 17 AC. So you will roll 3 times damage dice.
Jeez. That one, though.
11 damage. Desperate Measures.
Hell yeah.
Beatstead Necromancer. Nope, it's not in that document. It's in this document over here.
So, for everyone else out there, here's what we find out. We find out either this thing is a +1, or if it's a better than +1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Decision time.
I believe the spear was +2.
The spear was +2.
It's buried at the bottom of everything. Here we go.
The 8th notebook.
I'm in the process of reorganizing all of my notes to make them in easier places here. Here we go. Spear blade. Rings. Oh, that's Falstaff's tomb. Hold on. Not the necromancer's stuff. That's a few pages over. I've thought so long since we played. I thought we knew all the stats of all the shit.
Nope.
But of course
No,
not. Why would I do
tell
that
us.
to you, huh? Why would I make life easy for
Remember,
all
Neal,
of us?
I had to figure out what the bow was on my own.
True.
You did. And you did well with that, if I recall correctly.
It only took like one combat.
It's not Shag's dragon.
We can take that though. That's fine.
Yeah, you can have Necrofer. That's fine. He'll be
Oh,
he's
yeah.
fine here.
Fuck it, I'll take Necrofer too. That's great.
Ah, here we go. All right, it is a miss. It's at least a +2 cloak of protection.
Nice.
Okay,
That's
so
good.
it is
At least.
18 passes you. You hit him for 11. He rolls hit points and survives. Oh wow, healthy horse rider, really healthy horse rider. He's 11. I mean, I guess he's not healthy anymore, but when he started, he was a healthy horse rider.
He was a healthy boy.
Yeah. That was JacobH's turn. I think next is the rider. Which rider are we? Which storm rider? This guy over here. Yes, he will come and pop out over on this section. Notch his bow, aiming at the paladin while his rider hops off, his back rider. So both of these backside light infantry with just shields, leather armor, and javelins with short swords at their sides are popped down onto the ground. You are being covered by 2 mounted riders, Valerio
Yeah.
and JacobH. Next up is this lightly mounted fighter who will take a couple of steps forward and throw his javelin at you with a natural 1 on the attack roll.
Oh, good throw.
Passes his saving throw versus death, so he just like hurls it past you, and it hits. Oh god, he hits one of the people in the old person's cart.
Oh.
He hits a grandpa. He hits Grandpa Bernie. Oh, poor Grandpa Bernie. He suffers another heart attack and dies on the spot.
Oh.
We also have fighters with, or like guards with
The
us.
guards.
I don't
Oh,
know
right,
if we
you've got
want
a
to roll
couple of
them
guards.
in.
We
have
have
at least
2 guards in the
6.
middle.
6.
And yeah, there should also be one
There should
near
have been
me.
at least
Right, there's
Two at the
2
end.
at the front, 2 at the back, 2 in the middle, I think is the
Sorry,
organization we
forgot
had.
about
Yeah.
So we'll put 1 on this side, we'll put 1 on that side, and then we'll throw 2 at the back over here. Perfect.
And I don't know if we can roll these 2 in to like go deal with this guy, but yeah.
Yeah. I will say that up until now, the guards have been waiting for instructions from you guys.
Yep.
So that way they're kind of like ready to go, but not gonna make any decisions that would cause problems for the party, not gonna get anyone in trouble or out of trouble yet. So that happened. This must be the rider near Chives. You're unconscious, Chives, but the rider comes on up next to you, kind of like pokes you with the butt end of his bow to make sure you're actually unconscious, like whaps you in the face a few times. You are truly unconscious, so he then rides off somewhere else, leaving us with Ebner's turn. Ebner,
Ebner
Guy,
will.
told you
I
not
have
to
a whole
move.
minute. I have a whole minute, right? Like I can ask a few things.
whole minute. Yeah, you can talk as much as you want.
Ebner will, before he decides to move his 1 foot, because you know he will. He asks, "Who are you? Who are you with?"
We are the Black Raiders. We're here to make sure you fall in line. Now throw down your arms and surrender.
Ebner will scream out, "Get him, guards!" And then he will keep moving his 1
Struggle. All right. The guard will use his ready to attack to throw a javelin at your face. He
It'll hit.
rolls a 5, 6, 7. It's not gonna
Has
hit.
to go through all the
I have
web.
17, but yeah, no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, even with your lack of
Minus
mobility from
4
being
or
stuck
whatever,
in the
yeah.
web and all that jazz, like, the javelin goes a little high and just gets caught in the spider webs above your head.
He's just too used to attacking humans, you know? He didn't compensate for the extra,
For the dwarf,
for the
yeah.
lower height.
Yeah, yeah, okay. It's time for initiative.
I mean, it's time for my second attack.
Oh, right, your second attack.
And Valerio never got to go.
Oh,
he wasn't
somehow
on the
Valerio
list.
didn't end up in the character sheet in the initiative order.
I didn't have my initiative, my token targeted. I had 14.
Oh, no.
I had 14 anyway.
Sure, you're at the very end of the troop.
So yeah.
Go for it. Take your turn.
Yeah. So, well, since I can't really communicate to the guard linguistically, I'm just gonna level my sword at. Let's say. I don't know how attacking from on foot versus a guy on horseback works. Actually, I'm gonna level my sword at the guy that's dismounted, and I'm going to do a shield rush against that guy.
Sure. The two archers that have you covered will take shots at you as you clearly come to attack them.
Yeah.
One of them will roll a 6. The other one will roll a natural 20 modified 23. What is your armor class?
Right.
19.
Okay. Yeah, my armor class is 19, and normally if I'm doing a shield rush, I wouldn't get the AC bonus from that, but I have weapon and shield style, so I should.
So you still get the AC bonus, and you're not charging. Yeah. You're just walking up and shield bashing them.
I'm doing a shield rush, which
I don't think
is
it's
basically. The shield rush is different from the shield punch, from my understanding.
Right. Shield rush is an attempt to knock someone down by running into them with your shield. You must have at least 10 feet of running room. Making shield rush is treated as a charge attack for purposes of guarding characters with set spears, but maybe not for purposes of AC modifiers or bonuses to hit. When the character makes a shield rush, he makes a normal attack against AC. Alright, so you don't have a -1 to your AC for charging. So it doesn't crit you, it'll just hit you with that 23. You'll take 3 points of damage as an arrow flies over your shield and it hits you in the clavicle.
Okay. And I am going to shield rush. Where's the thingy? I'm going to shield rush this guy, if that's possible.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not exactly familiar with how to roll this.
It'll be a D20 plus your level -1 plus your strength modifier to hit if you have high strength.
That's my level -1. And then my strength modifier.
Yeah, which is going to be 1. No, 0.
Okay.
0 melee attack, yeah. So if you're level 4, you're going to roll a D20 plus 3.
Yep. All right.
No, you go to bash him with the shield. He brings up his own shield and sets his feet, tosses off your attack.
Right. And if I think there's another component to this, if I'm being fair to myself here. If I hit, I do damage equal to the shield punch, and I have to the target has to roll against dex. What if I miss? I slams into the target anyway, does no damage to the target. I must make a dexterity ability check at a -6 penalty. If I make it, I'm still standing, but if I fail it, I'm knocked down. Either way, the target remains standing.
This is for shield rush?
Am I wrong? This is shield rush. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Purple Worm, but I don't know if that's outdated or not. I'm looking at the Fighter's Handbook.
Oh, we don't want to use the Fighter's Handbook. We want to use the Combat and Tactics shield rush.
Whoops.
Yeah,
okay,
the Fighter's Handbook is a little wonky. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Character with shield rush.
Brutal as hell.
It did. Yeah, it really did.
After shield has been used for shield rush, it provides no AC for the rest of the round for its bearer. Making a shield rush also costs the character a normal attack, but isn't considered an offhand attack. If the shield bearer hits with the attack, he makes an opposed strength check to see if he knocks the opponent down. The loser of the opposed check falls down. Oh, okay. So if you hit, both people make opposed strength checks, and the loser falls to the ground. If both characters fail their strength roll, they both fall to the ground.
What if I miss?
If you miss, you still have to make a dex check.
If the shield rusher misses with his attack roll, he must roll a successful dexterity check to stay on his feet as he rushes past the target. If he fails, he falls down. Okay, yeah, never mind. It's in there, but just in a different spot. So give me a dex check. No problem.
You're fine.
So he blocks you with your shield. He sets into it. You shove against each other. You can see one another over the rims of your shield. He looks a little bit afraid. You're this heavily armored, fancy-looking paladin dude. He's just this lightly armored infantry. He's a little scared.
Yeah, and I did that as sort of like a, because the guards in the vicinity hopefully will see that, I'm trying to be pretty reckless here with defending people, so hopefully they'll be inspired by that.
Okay. And now second shots go off. So Jebediah plus all the horsemen get second shots. Well, 3 of the horsemen, because one of them didn't make any attacks. So 1 attack on Jeb from a horse is a natural 17 modified 20, which will hit Jebediah. So it's not a +3. It's not a +4
It could
cloak.
be a
It's
plus,
either 2 or 3.
yeah.
And it'll hit you for 4.
And I hit.
You will hit as well for
3 damage.
Oh, 1
Let me
off.
guess. He has 1 HP. Yep. It's like, okay, I just need to roll 2. Fucking 1. Goddamn D6s.
The 2 other archers will take shots. This one at the flank of Valerio. This one at one of the guards. The flanking attack is a 22 to hit you, Valerio.
Yeah, that hits.
Not a crit, though. It'll hit you for 1 point of damage. And the one against the guard is a wild miss.
Good.
And now we do initiatives. I'm going to just put all the guards on 1 initiative order because it's too many.
That's fair.
And I'm going to put all
Oh my god.
I'm going to put all the horses and all the light infantry on 1 initiative as well. This is getting messy.
We could just put all of us on 1 initiative. I rolled a good one, Neal, if you want.
I mean, I rolled a better one.
Did you? I rolled a 4.
Oh, you rolled a 4. I was looking at Tom's.
No.
All right. Ebner, you're the first one to go.
I wiggle.
You wiggle. All right. Wiggling success. You are 1 more round. Last round. Next round, you'll be free after you use all of your movement. But you'll still be, Jebediah. There's a horse and a light infantryman coming for you.
I'm going to shoot at the horse.
Horse rider. 15 is not going to hit, but you will hit the horse. Roll me damage on the horse.
Okay.
That's fine.
Watch it roll 3 on its HP.
Almost.
Does it die?
No, but it is also at almost dead HP. The horseback rider will have to make a horseback riding proficiency check. He'll need a wisdom score to see how well he does on it, though. 2, 3. All right, he'll pass. He'll keep his horse under control, but the horse is freaking out because it's almost dead. It starts to stammer around on its dying legs. The guards will go. This first guard will step up here and engage this light infantry in melee. He'll stab, missing. This other guard to the top a little bit next to Valerio will come forward after the... He'll come on this side of the horse. Try and get the horse in an awkward position and stab at the rider. With a natural 1, completely buffing. Failing his dexterity saving throw, it turns out that he tries to stab the horse. The horse rears back and tries to land on him. The guy will have to make the horse makes an attack roll against the soldier. Scores a really good hit. Oh no.
Unlucky.
Very unlucky. For 6 points of damage, the guy goes down to 1 HP. Holy shit. That's why you don't fuck with horses, guys. They're big, scary monsters. And then
shoot him from the distance with arrows.
Fall on his butt and crawl away. The 2 guards down near Ebner will run on up to this position and engage this dude who hears him coming, and they will fight. The soldiers roll 13 and a 20. The AC of this guy is only 13, so 1 hit and 1 crit with a spear is going to be a total of 64 damage. They will rip him to pieces with 18 points of damage, dropping this guy to the ground. 1 spear through his neck, 1 spear through his gut.
I'll yell to them, go help the front line now.
Valerio.
All right. I'm just going to stare menacingly at the guy that I failed to tackle before, and we're going to slash at him with my arming sword.
For it. 17 hits.
17. Cool. Damage. Is that correct?
7.
Le damage.
7 will do it. He has how much hit points? How many hit points? He has max hit points. He doesn't give a shit.
Probably has 1 hit point. Or if he's anything like the archer, probably has.
No, he's got a lot of hit points left. You haven't even brought him to half. All right.
Ooh.
Horseback archer's turn. This archer right here will leave the guard, who is very clearly retreating and afraid, and he looks like he's not much longer for this world. So the archer will take a shot at Valerio with an 11 to hit. No good. This archer will turn sideways on his horse and take a shot at Valerio as well with a 15 to hit.
No. My ace is 19.
All right, he'll slightly position himself over here. This guy will go position himself over here. The regular civilians are cowering. Some of them are fleeing down this road. God, where's the drawing? There we go. Some of them are fleeing down the road. Others are just staying where they can. Some of them are ducking for cover behind this wall. Others are hiding behind their animals, just getting low to the ground, trying to stay out of the goddamn way. This rider over here is going to make a morale check because he's almost dead and his horse is almost dead. And is he really going to die fighting you guys? Really? How well does he believe in his mission? Not well enough. The rider turns tail and flees. Get that guy. And the last rider is this one over here, who will ride right past all of those guards. I think he'll have to use his full movement this round to catch up to the midsection of the battle, up the wagon train, and leaving us with the light infantry. This guy's engaged with the guard, and they will spar with each other back and forth. The light infantry stabs with a short sword, getting tangled in the shield of his enemy. And on the top side, the 2 light infantry, one of them will circle strafe around to the back side of you, Valerio. They've got you pincered. You'll make a back attack, which is a 18 to hit. Actually, 20 to hit, including back attack. And you don't get your shield, but it doesn't clear by 10 because it was a natural 17. So it's just a regular hit as a short sword slips into your thigh for 1 point of damage. The frontal guard rolls a natural 18.
18 on which one?
19. Front guard.
Front guard. 19 on 19. I don't know if that's a hit or
That'll
miss.
Hit, yeah. He'll stab you for 5. He knocks your blade to the side and then does a riposte across your face.
So that's 6 damage total. I'm sorry, roll 20 is really shitting on me right now. I actually can't update anything. Let me refresh real quick.
I've modified it to my -6. My roll 20 is somehow working.
I'm sorry, the interface completely locked up on me.
Yeah, I had to refresh as well.
Yeah. It's been borking for days now.
I've got a question for you, Neal. Didn't you say there were 8 total?
There were 8 total.
Then why are there 9 dudes on the map?
There shouldn't be.
So you had
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
so you
8.
had
2. There might be 1 extra
horseback brigade.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think
4, 5. Oh yeah, I think there was 1 extra horseman somewhere somehow.
No, not extra horsemen. The horsemen are fine. There's 1 too many light infantry.
Right.
I think the guy down here.
This one is yeah. This light infantry shouldn't
the
exist.
Spellcaster. Yeah,
that one doesn't exist. So instead of fighting the light infantry, this guard
would have gone up there, probably.
Does he go up there, or does he? He would have menaced the horseman because he went before the horseman. He would have made an attack against the guy on the horse, is what he would have done. So maybe that horseman doesn't escape. He rolls a 10 against the horseman, which doesn't hit him. And then the horseman would have fled, which would have provoked an attack of opportunity against the horse, which missed as well. So then the horseman does get away, but there's no guard over here anymore. Good call. Okay. Initiative, turn. Or second shot? Second shot.
Yep, second shot. Well, shit.
You're gonna get 2 archers on
two.
Valerio.
Then I'm gonna shoot that guy because he's a nice, easy shot.
Valerio, we get a 20. Let's see. This archer rolls a natural 18. He gets +3 for his all of his stuff, brings him to a 21, and +2 for back attack brings us to a 23 against you.
Okay.
Which is certainly a hit.
Yeah,
and you don't get your shield, right?
And my back AC is reading 14 on my thing, so that's probably some sort of crit.
So
I would
23.
imagine.
Oh god, if he can get another +1, it's a maximum crit.
I don't think he does.
I am in the trees too here. To be fair, like I'm in like a tree here, and there's a guy behind me as well that he may or may not have to try to avoid.
All right, he's not going to get the double crit. It'll just be a single crit on you. But he shoots you in the top of your left thigh for 9 points of damage, crippling you somewhat. This guy on the right side rolled an 8 + 3 is 11. Is no good.
Then I hit this guy with a 17.
You fire over the huddled masses below you in this sea that I'm not bothering to draw because it'll take too long. And you hit him for 17. Easy peasy.
Yeah, he takes 7 damage.
Alright, he has another 8. He has 7 HP and drops off his horse.
Perfect.
Alright. Initiative.
Mm-hmm. Oops, I rolled attack. Nice. Sorry.
Nice.
Hey, you rolled the same thing. Didn't matter.
Oh, did I really? Didn't even. Oops. Oh god, I'm clicking everywhere. There we go. Oh, that didn't get sent again. Sorry. It's
That's
15,
fine.
right?
I will adjust.
It's fine. It's
15.
fine.
Let's make sure a token is clicked.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, I think that's everybody. Light infantry first. They've got Valerio surrounded. He's taking a lot of archer fire, and it's not looking too good for him. So these 2 guardsmen, the first one in front of you rolls a 4. The one behind you rolls a 6 + 1 + 2 is a 9, also no good. And that is all of the light infantry. Jebediah, you've knocked down 1 horse.
Yep. This is where it gets tough. I'll take a shot at this guy who's on Valerio's back.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can ease some of that.
You look
It's
for
probably
an
a 16
opening.
too because it's a flank.
Yep, that will be a 16. It'll hit him as you find an opening between the civilians.
4
Has
damage.
a little bit of HP left.
For 4?
Yep. And next, the riders will go. They're going to need a morale check because their group is sort of falling apart. And this guy will pass it. So he rides past his light infantrymen shouting, Brandon, get on the horse! Reach for Brandon and try and lift him up onto the horse with him. It's behind Tom. If you want to make an opportunity attack, give me like a perception check to notice that he's bouncing out of your area.
Dump stat.
You see it happen. You see him like start to hop on the backside of the horse, and you can whirl around and make a free attack at him.
You better believe I will.
It sticks in his armor. He hops on the horse. The horse and rider bounce this way. This horseman is going to try and overrun this guardsman with the horse. So the horse will come over him. He'll rear the horse up, bring the hooves down on the guardsman.
Use the spear, bud.
7 is no good, but the 21 is. One of the horse's hooves lands directly on his head, cracking it open. For minimum damage. He's thankfully wearing his leather helmet, which prevents the worst of the damage. He has a cracked skull and is dying, but is not actually full outright dead. And then the horseman will come up to this high ground over here and shout down to the light infantrymen to get on the horse! We're getting out of here! Ebner, you can free yourself.
Ebner frees himself and attempts to cast light on this horse, like on the eyes, but I don't know if I can even see it.
No, because did you get free last round, or is this round the round you free?
This round is the round I free. I thought you just said it took movement, so I thought I could have
take a full round action. It's everything.
Oh, okay. Well then,
yeah,
yep,
unfortunate. Okay, Valerio.
Yeah, at the guy in front of me, I'm just gonna attack him with my sword, hopefully before he tries to disengage.
Even though he's trying to leave?
Well, these guys for sure knew what they were getting into at this point, and who knows? They have horsemen. So the fact that, yeah, they might be trying to leave now, but who knows if they might come back? Like they clearly
Valerio, is this justice or vengeance you're getting that you're disposing right now?
I wouldn't consider at this point. I wouldn't consider this vengeance. I think I'm still thinking of protecting. I'm genuinely.
So it is the right and just thing to do to kill this person who's about to flee.
I'm thinking in the context of a military engagement right now. Mm-hmm. The fact that they have the advantage of mobility. They can pick the engagement at any point in time. If this were someone who is just on foot running away from me, then that would be one thing. But this is someone who is about to get on a horse. Presumably the horseman still has a bow that he can shoot civilians with at this point. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to afford these people the opportunity to possibly re-engage.
They could be evildoers. It's your job to slay them.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That's the definition of justice.
For sure. That would be it too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That
All
sounds
of these things.
That sounds like justice to me. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Protecting the innocent, ultimately. Yeah.
Nice.
You George Bush him in the face. Roll me some damage.
Dick Cheney?
Dick Cheney, I think you mean.
Well, Bush doctrine.
Sure.
Preemptive,
You George Cheney him? You Dick Bush him? You Dick Bush him. That's what you do.
You Dick Bush him. Perfect.
Yeah, we Dick Bushed him all the way on.
Why did we not have Dick Bush memes back in 2001, 2002?
Because memes weren't advanced enough. Our meme technology was not far enough along.
We were still working on the cringe or whatever that was, the little reface.
Right. All right. Well, the Dick Bush is a strong maneuver. It wounds him.
I learned that as a Velmentarius acolyte. Yeah, it was pretty. They teach it there. Yeah.
Right. Okay. The guards will go up. This one will push his way through the people and come over here and happily kill Steel for you. He makes a stab. It's a 17.
Be my guest.
It's 2d4 damage. 1 and 3 is 4. Actually, quite leaves him alive. The other guards will hop down and come over to Ebner and help you out of the web and start picking webs off of you as best as possible.
I was already out, but thanks.
But, they're here to back you up, man. They're not going to leave a brother hanging. And I guess second shot's at the end of the round, which is just going to be Jebediah.
Yeah. So I can probably maneuver easily enough to just get a clear shot around that tree. And is that the actual distance of the rider, or
this one?
Yeah.
No, he's moved off screen as fast as he can.
How far away would you say he is?
He can go 240 yards from his last position, which was over here. So he can do this, maybe pause for a little bit. So let's call it 150 yards from this point. So this plus 450 feet, so he's at like 510 feet.
Damn. All right.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's fucking gone. Then I'll just shoot this horse. Not even the guy, the horse.
You're going for the horse? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me roll. $11. Horse AC is 13, so I think you catch him in a non-vulnerable place, like it's a graze across the rump or just across the dude's chest. Leg. Mm-hmm. You catch him in the bottom of his boot, not where the foot is, but in the sole of the boot. Perfect. Okay. Next round. Really, not a lot of enemies left. just gonna be. We're not even have Ebner rolling because he's not gonna get here in time.
I'm not going up there. I'm more going for her buddy back here.
This guy's rolling here. This guy's rolling here.
God damn it.
Ascending. Jeff gets a 7. 11 over there. Lario rolls a.
Oh, initiative, yeah. God, son of a...
Every time.
I forgot.
Every time.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Oh.
The horseman waits. This guy will disengage and like scramble up these steps. I don't know if he can actually disengage and scramble at the same time. I think what he does is he takes his short sword and he like tosses it at you, Valerio, in like a non... I'm not trying to hit you, but I'm trying to like give you enough of a distraction that I can duck and scramble up this ledge. I'm gonna make him make a dex check to get up the ledge as part of the disengage action.
I'd say if he fails the dex check, Valerio gets an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. I was gonna have we'll see.
Koibu wants you to
natural
fucking
20 on the
kill
dex
him.
check. He scrambles up, hops onto the back of the horse, who was readying his action until this happens, and the horse and rider will turn and head up this ravine, quickly ducking and taking, side routes and disappearing from view. And I think that's everybody. I think that's all the monsters on the map.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I go save Chives?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna go save. Wait, did the guard die? The guard that got his head cracked open there?
He's dying.
He's dying. All right, I'm gonna rush over to that guard and use my first aid kit with my healing proficiency and anatomy and everything that I have.
Yeah, he's got a nasty head wound, so give me a
no, with the first aid and the shit ass, doesn't he just
he's got a
stabilize him?
healing. You have a healing proficiency, don't you?
Yeah, I have a healing proficiency, an anatomy proficiency, and I've got a first aid kit.
All right, yeah, you can. Yeah. You were like, oh my god, this skull bone belongs here. Don't want to see the brain. Let's just wrap this in some bandages. It's fine, right? No dirt got in there. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. I healed Chives to full HP.
Oh shit. Oh, because you got multiple healing spells. Right.
I got many healing.
Yeah. So the party survives. Chives, who was very pleasantly just at 0 and not bleeding to death, can get back up with his spells.
What sort of arrows did the horseman have? The broadhead?
Sheaf arrows, broadhead arrows. Those are the ones.
Broadhead?
Broadhead.
All right, how many do you have? Take them.
They had 20 minus whatever they fired. So you're talking to this archer right here. I think he fired maybe 4 shots, so he's got 16 remaining.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Okay.
I guess we'll gather everybody up and, well, we got to keep going. This is a good motivator for everybody.
Yeah.
And
did my horse sprint off, Neal?
Ooh, your horse had been wounded, right?
No, we just went through the darkness with mine.
Oh, right. That's why we made the check. So it wasn't wounded, but you fell off. And it's a light horse.
Poked me.
Yeah, slapped you in the face. I think your horse has like walked maybe 80 feet away and has like stopped and like paying attention, alert for the battle. But then as the battle dies down and people start to you get healed and people start to go away, the horse like nibbles a little bit, but is like keeping an eye out. Maybe a little uncomfortable, but not spooked enough to flee. If you can give me a horseback riding check, you can, or an animal handling check or something, you can calm it down enough to approach it and take it back.
Okay. I'm gonna give you an animal or riding because I feel like that's what it's for.
Perfect. Yeah, no, not even a problem. You can calmly approach the horse, get it back under your control, hop back on.
Okay.
Well,
and then I'm gonna ride it over to the mage that I slayed with the magic missiles, and I'm gonna try to like throw him on the back of the horse, like hop down, pull him over, throw over the dead body, and then take him with me.
Right. You pull the mage onto the horse, and you guys head out. Let's just say the people are a little bit more ready to go at this point. A little less lollygagging, and you find yourselves making much, much better time than you would have imagined. There all of a sudden are no more complaints about anything, actually. People are moving. You will make it to Stout End today, even though you were maybe a little bit slow on that last time we checked in with you. This extra motivation will get you where you need to go. You are approaching the creek, Smoothston Creek. Now, there's a bridge there that crosses over into Stout End, but there are guards on the bridge. And you've got 230 people with you.
Is there... so there's no, like, real woods where we can hide them, because...
No, over
right,
here,
Jeb.
it's nice and
How
open
many
terrain.
guards?
Three guards.
3? Are they standing... Does it look like they're standing there like, oh, hey, we were expecting company, or is just like they're chilling, like they're just standing and watch? Like,
It looks like it's
job?
their normal watch, just to see who comes over the bridge and make sure that there's no, foul elements entering the town. They look like regular on-duty guards.
Well, we got a nobleman's kid. We've got a paladin, and we got a cleric, so this should be no fucking big deal. I go with the people behind me, the paladin to my right, and Jeb to my left. I go to the bridge and say,
Before we, like, on our way up, like, Edna, what's your plan?
my plan is to tell him that this is just a thing for, well, I don't want to invoke Tempos' name in this and lie.
What if we say that we got word that the Drakissian army was nearby,
So we're moving up
and that we were advised
to cross the creek.
to go somewhere safer,
All right.
and that Stout End was closer than, or it's the closest place we could get to without other people?
I don't think we should say we're going into Stout End to refugee 200 people. I think we should just say we're crossing the creek because of the Drakissian army. And we got the dead guy in the wagon, and we got the guy on the back of Chives' steed. We can prove it, so let's just tell the truth.
That is the truth. Yeah.
So during this time, I was gonna say, as this is being discussed, Chive just wants to strip the wizard of all of his stuff and just stuff it in his bag, just wholesale, and then dump the body.
Sure. Yep.
Wait, no. You're not dumping the body.
It sounds
Y'all
like
can
you're a
keep it
little
if you want.
distracted with something. How
Yeah,
much
yeah.
attention are you really paying to what Chives is doing? Can't be everywhere at once, Ebner.
Good. We'll fucking kill Chives eventually. Keeps doing dumb shit like this. All right.
We're a dead body before going into town? No. So
We
dumb.
needed him here. But okay. We'll go across we go to the fucking bridge, Neal. Hurry up. Let's hurry it up.
All right.
I hate
you
it.
arrive at the bridge. The guards see you coming with this like long line of people behind you. The leader of the guards steps forward, arms crossed over his chest.
Yeah.
You want to explain what this is over here?
Drakissian army was near.
Say what?
You heard me. I'm Ebner, cleric of Tempos. What's your name?
I'm Bradley Cooper.
Nice to meet you, Bradley. Well, I'm bringing my flock
How many?
across.
What flags? Do you know what army? Is it the 5th again? Are they back?
I'm not sure. It was a
Damn
bunch
it.
of riders. Riders of
Where's a cleric of Bellum when you need him? Get the hell out of here. And
We're allowed to cross?
he thumbs you guys over the bridge, heads back to his other two people, whispers with them. One of them grabs like a donkey that's nearby, like chucks his weapons and rides fast as he can across the bridge towards the town of Stout End.
Okay, well, we cross and start going to Stout End.
All right.
All right, so after we get across the bridge and we're going to Stout End, this is where this works in our favor. What we need to do is just get the word that, don't know, we were fucking attacked, all right? We were making it out of our home, and we just kind of disperse into the town and slowly all make our way to the boats. Like,
Yeah,
hey, we were just
going
a
to the
bunch of,
boats.
like, you don't say, oh, we're going to boats. Like, we were attacked by the Drakissian army. We were getting somewhere safe, as if we're gonna pass, like, stay in the town while we're passing through. but then we all just go to the boats at different times.
I don't even think we go at different times. I think we just go to the
walk.
fucking boats. We just go to the boats. I think we just instruct people to go to the boats.
And just say we're taking the boats up to get further north.
No, don't even mention boats.
Don't even mention anything. Just go. Just walk through the town.
Oh yeah. All right, yellow.
Yeah.
If anyone asks what you're doing, you were attacked by the Dracusian army.
Yep, that's what we did last time. Or that's what we said we were gonna do. So we're just moving, Neal. Everybody's moving.
You guys book it. All right, who is leading the column and who is pulling up the rear?
Chives is still pulling up the rear.
What?
I think you should. I think you should lead. And I'll be back with Chives. Just
Somebody
in
who
case.
can talk to these people should lead, yeah.
Sure, I'll lead.
Yeah.
All right, so Ebner's in front, Chives and Jebediah are in the back.
Yep.
And I'll be in the middle somewhere, just
Be in the
making sure
middle? Okay.
everybody's moving into the single file line.
I would assume that it's not like a long line anymore. I'm pretty sure that we're pretty crowded at this point. Like within
Sure,
a
when
few
you
feet
move
of
into the
each other.
town,
Yeah.
things kind of stack up on each other. And
Okay, good.
yeah. But I will need Ebner to give me a charisma check to sort of just like confidence his way through the town without getting anyone in his way or stopping him for any questions.
It's not gonna happen, boys. I'm sorry.
And on your left is the Stout End Brewery. It's the greatest brewery in the land.
Yeah. All right. And on the back end of it, Chives and Jebediah, one of you will at some point have someone come up to you and kind of like start questioning what's going on. One of you decide who's talking to them and give me a charisma check to like confidence them away.
I'll talk to him.
Talk to him. All right, Chives. Not a problem. Yeah, you can easily pass it off as nothing's going on. You speak halfling, not
Halfling is what I'll be
Mystrian.
speaking.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I think the halfling up on his horse, who's just like barking orders at the guy, is like, "Fuck it, it's not worth my time." Just moves on, right? But near the front, with that natural one, Mr. Mooten, you get to the the staircase heading down to the harbor. And there are a pair of guards there, and they see all of you and this swarm of people coming behind you, and the front guard stops you and is like, "What's going on here? Hold on, what are all these people doing coming? The harbor can't accommodate that many people. I don't even know if the stairs can carry that much weight all at once. What the fuck is the meaning of this?" And like plants himself in front of you.
Cleric and Tempos, we are moving from the Dracusian army. You're
Not down to these docks, you're not.
Bradley
We got a
Cooper.
lot of shit
actually,
going on. Business can't be interrupted by a swarm of looky-loos.
You know the nobleman Bradley Cooper, yes? He has a last
No.
name, which means he's noble. Oh, he's the. Really?
I
You
don't
wouldn't
know him.
know the guard? Yeah, know him.
Yeah, this guy doesn't know that guy. At least that's what he's claiming. Yeah. What the fuck, man? I mean, you did roll a 1 on your charisma check. Things aren't going
it's
poorly for
fine.
you.
If it was the other campaign, Neal, I'd just kill him, but it's this campaign. So it's just... I don't know what to tell you. We're going down these stairs whether you like it or not. We got 200 people moving, and this is where we were ordered to go.
Whether
Try as you
I
may.
say so or not, what are you gonna do? He says.
Are you going to tell these people fleeing the Dracusian army they can't go? As they're
I'll tell
probably...
them that they could go that way, he says, pointing north. You can head somewhere else, but you can't bring them all down on these steps at once.
Well, how many you suppose can go down at a time?
Where are you taking them? What's going on here? He says, and he kind of motions for his
I
other
yell
guards
for
to like
Valerio.
snap, pay more attention.
I yell for Valerio and my guards to come.
Well, Valeria will easily attend. Maybe a couple of the other armed guards will show up as well.
This is official Cleric of Tempo's business, unless you want to be smited.
This is official
expect.
Kingdom of Mystria business. Unless you want to be smited, I recommend you stand down.
How many guards are around,
dwarf.
Neal?
It's this guy, and he's got 3 other dudes with him, but the discussion is attracting attention. It's just him, 3
Chives will
guys.
start riding to the front as it obviously something's going on at the front of the party.
Valerio's a
Roll
bit
up on the horse.
confused. Because what's going on, Ebner?
Yeah.
These pussies won't let me pass.
Guards, and halfling. Hopefully they speak it. They seem to respond, or do they look at me like I'm crazy?
Let me see. Oh yeah, the leader guy. When you say guards and halfling, he flicks his eyes over to you, understanding.
Look, my friend, I know that my cleric can sometimes come off a little raw and be a little brass, but he's just looking out for the best of the people. You have to understand, when you can't get in the way of fate with someone who works for Tempos, it's really big on them, and it really grinds him pretty big halt. He's just trying to do his job like everybody else, you know? Can you just let us through here? We'll take down, 20 people at a time? It'll be fine.
You got a ship waiting for you down there? He spouts in halfling.
I don't know if we have one necessarily waiting. We had sent someone ahead to procure ships for us. I don't know if they made it or not. I don't know if they were run down by the army or if they got captured. But you never know. Until I go down and check, I don't know.
Well, why don't you go down there, make sure your ship is awaiting for you, and then we'll bring them down in small groups. Can't have the docks so flooded with hundreds of folks. Also, did you get permission from the Count to move this many people?
It was very last minute. We were told that the orders would meet us here.
I'm gonna have to check with the Baron in town, make sure we can accommodate something like this. We got strict orders. Commerce shouldn't be interrupted, but large groups of people moving, well, you know what, it's springtime. We need every single peasant in the fields planting whatever they can if we're gonna feed enough folks. And these suckers, they look like peasants. Why aren't they holding hoes?
Well, that's part of it. We were really rushed along the road. We had to leave most of the things behind. And Chives will hop off of his horse and he'll reach into his pocket and pull out like 4 coins. And I'm hoping that these are all going to end up being gold. And I'm going to look at the guy and go, look, maybe we can just speed this along. If it's worried about commerce, I'll pay for any interruption right now. What do you say? And I'll hold out 4 gold coins.
Oh. God, I need not a morale check, but a morality check. He licks his lips as you hold out the 4 gold coins. I'm gonna give him. What is your charisma modifier?
+6.
Your reaction adjust is +6?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, roll me 2d10 -6. You want as low as possible.
-4, -4.
And then -6.
Yeah. You have a positive modifier of 6, which is actually lower on the table.
Oh my
10.
God.
10.
Well, let me tell you, if you had rolled that, they would have been hostile to you if it hadn't been for the -6. Down to -6, though. He is on the border between cautious and threatening. So you guys were threatening. So he looks at the gold that you offer him and says, "Are you trying to bribe a guard of Stout End? A keeper of the peace?"
No, sir, it's not about a bribe. It's to pay for any problems we cause in the docks. If any commerce was interrupted, you said there'd be a problem. But if you bring in extra money for the day, I would consider that a bonus, no? I will pay for the trouble we cause immediately, and I'll pull out 4 more gold coins.
You just keep fucking.
All right, give me the second roll.
Yeah.
This will be the last one of these things. He'll either accept it at this point or really be offended or loyal or something.
Courtesy of the nobles of what town were we in when you got all that money?
I got them from Gildeborn, Von Stute, and Lady Syndra.
Yeah.
Confluence, yeah.
Oh,
7.
Ooh, it's
Thank you, Lady Syndra.
He rolled a 10. But
Yeah, you
it's
rolled
still,
a 7. Yeah. Oh,
well,
yeah.
he rolled a 10, but
Yeah. He looks at the coins. 8 gold. More money than he makes in a year.
There's
Takes
no
the coins
way.
from your hand. And
All
he
right, I
says,
take
"You
them
be
off my sheet."
careful. You take them no more than 10 at a time, all right?"
Absolutely, no more than 10 at a time. Ebner, grab 8 other people and come with me. And Chives will start heading down to the bottom of the dock looking for our friend with
Ebner
the boats.
in Dwarven is upset, but under his breath.
What does he
Upset at
say under
own
his
roles. He just says, "I'm not very happy with how today turned out."
Okay, it's fine. All right, you guys can bring them down to the dock that evening as it is getting dark outside. You find your ship waiting for you.
Perfect.
Ships, that's right, plural.
I load people up on the ship, and when I find where it is, I head up to the top and start grouping groups of 10.
Yep.
Ebner, if you can
I feel
help
like
load
while
up
he's
down
doing
here.
that, I'm already getting people, so it's just like, hey, we good? Boom, go.
Same.
What are you gonna do about the animals? There's no room on the ship for all these pack animals.
How many do we have?
I tell them that we'll bring them down
Maybe 100?
last.
100?
Oh. 230 people. I would say one animal for every 2 people. Like some of them are goats, right? Like someone's herding their entire flock of goats, and these people have their horses, and that guy's got a donkey. Yeah.
Well, we'll bring them down last. That's what we tell the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a boat for all the
Noah's
animals.
Ark, we'll call it.
Some of the people are loath to leave their faithful animals in the middle of this situation. There's a lot of questions. Well, what do you mean I can't leave my goats? They'll just wander off. What if someone steals them?
Don't worry, if someone gets your goat, I'll get him.
But
Okay, hold on. I don't go back up to the top then. When I'm down there at the bottom, I'm start looking around. Is there any other ships down there I could hire?
it looks like there are other ships down here. You can go from ship to ship, seeing if there's anyone that is spontaneously free to haul a shit ton of animals.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make a check here.
Careful, because then that guy knows we went to Hat Castle.
There's one guy. He's got a ship that looks big enough that it might be able to carry all of these things. He is in the middle of unloading. He, she, it, they. Well, hold on, let me roll my d6. She is in the middle of unloading her cargo. And you approach her as the last few goods are being hauled off, and she's like going through her papers, making sure she's got everything, and makes the final check mark as you appear. And she kind of holds her clipboard up and says, "Oh, hello, halfling friend.
Hello.
What do you need?"
Well, this is all in halfling. Hopefully she speaks it.
Yes, she spoke it in halfling to you.
Perfect.
There are a lot of halflings in this part of the world. Many people here speak that language.
Fantastic. So I'll look up at her and go, "Greetings, friend. You just getting done here?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's awful fortuitous. I was wondering if you happen to know any place to get any extra birdseed around here.
Birdseed?
Yeah, I heard that there's some really cool birds in this area, and I wanted to get some real nice seed for it. No?
No.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I also do have another thing to do. I have some animals I need to have taken up north for me. Do you think you could help me out?
How far do they need to go? When are you taking off?
Well, we've got them at the top of the docks right now, so as soon as you get them loaded, we can go.
It's kind of short notice. How many animals are you hauling?
As many as will fit on your boat.
She takes a look at her boat, takes a look back at you, pops a squat next to you, mostly so she can speak quietly, and says, "And on whose orders are these animals being moved? It's wartime economy and all, right?"
Yeah, absolutely. So this is from Tempos himself told us to move these animals. I'm traveling with the cleric, and he told me that he fated these animals be taken north. I can only do what he tells me.
Where are we going with them? Thabin? Slagmeyer?
Well, I can't remember what Ebner told me. The cleric, he told me they just needed to go north and to get a boat. Sometimes clerics don't give you all the details. You know how they work sometimes.
Why don't you run along and get your details sorted?
Well, before we do that, let's figure out a price. How much do you think this would cost for you? Let's say it took me all the way as far north as I needed, all the way to Slagmeyer.
You taking them all to Slagmeyer, you'd be charting my whole boat for 2 to 3 days? That'd be about 10,000 copper.
100 gold.
It's 100 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oof. Well, my friend, I think that's a little too rich for my blood.
No one's gonna give you a bigger
closer?
deal.
What if I could get closer? What if I took him up? What if we just took him to Thabin?
About half that then.
About half
5,000.
that?
Mm-hmm. 5,000.
I'll make that deal with you.
You going to Thabin then?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Thabin with him. Well, it's up north at least. That's one spot. Maybe.
Well, it's only Thabin and Slagmeyer that have ports.
Well, yeah, of course, but I don't know where Tempos has fated these animals to go. I'm just, if you can just take me
You
up to
know I
Thaben,
can
that'll
only
work for me.
land at Thaben, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I understand.
I'm gonna need that money up front, she says, a little suspicious of your words.
As soon as you start loading the animals, I'll pay you half. When you get done loading them, I'll give you the other half when we're on the way.
Sounds like a deal.
Sounds like a deal. And I'll stick my hand out, I'll shake her hand, and I'll head up to the top and start getting the animals loaded on the boat.
Sure. You can load the animals, you can load the people, but you're not going to Thaben.
No.
Figure that out mid.
Well, I'm very well aware of what I've said and what I've done. We'll be just fine.
Sure.
So,
All right.
as everyone gets loaded up and everything, I'm gonna walk over to the rest of the party members and go, guys, I've got the animals. I can get them up north, but we're gonna have to figure out the last 10% of the journey a little bit later. What I'm gonna do, I've told the sea captain that Tempos had fated these animals to go north. I'm gonna eventually tell her that they're fated to go on the Spinwood.
You invoke the name of Tempos without my authority?
You know what, Ebner? Today's been a real shitty day, and you're not talking very well. I'm tired of your shit. I've solved this problem, and we're moving on.
I don't care about those animals. You go tell that fucking person. I don't want them going to Thaben. I didn't will him to go to Tempos.
I'll do all the talking.
Yeah,
you know what?
well,
I'll even do it better. You can go be on this boat, and I'll travel on her boat, and I'll see you in High Castle, buddy.
Good. Don't invoke my god anymore.
Yeah, whatever. And he goes off, and he goes and loads it up.
Ooh.
I asked him to look at me. Look me in the eye.
Ebner, we're at the same level. All we can do is look at each other.
I cast light on his eyes.
And with that,
Edna.
we're gonna close out our show for the day
Thank
as
you.
the party descends into chaos.
Shit.
We will see you guys next week with a little bit more desperate measures. Any final words?
Fuck!